Happy Thursday, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you taking the time to come on tonight. I'm going to be very mindful of our time tonight. I see already that somebody's from Canada. I was reading in the chat. But if you're tuning in or coming on, if you'll please put in the chat where you're tuning in from, I'd love to see who we have today. Vanessa's from Canada. I know we have Florida in the house, and I think we have a couple of people from Alabama for sure. See a couple friends on here. I see California as well with Mr. James. Who else do we have here? Tennessee, Iowa. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Great. Well, I am excited to be your host tonight. Just share a little bit about what ketones are, a little bit about my story, share a couple of other people's stories, and then wrap up tonight with some specials that we have that you're going to want to definitely grab pen and paper for. Let me just introduce myself first off so you know who's speaking. My name is Norma Chaplin. I'll be 58 this fall. I'm married, mom of five. I have three grandchildren. I have another grandbaby daughter that we just found out. She'll be arriving in December. Super excited to continue drinking these ketones because this is what gives me my fuel, my energy, my wonderful moods. Like I'm super happy tonight because I'm drinking these ketones every day. My story started when I was turning 50. I was actually living overseas when I just wasn't doing my best, wasn't feeling my best at that age. And I had a friend of mine from Sweden introduce me to the ketones. I wasn't a champion about taking supplements. I didn't really believe in that, but she really talked to me about into the trying them. And so I did use them and I wasn't sure if they were working, but I remember this vividly to this day. I was standing in the kitchen and my son came in. He was probably about 8 years old. And he said, Mom, I don't know what Miss Osa's the person that introduced me to ketones. I don't know what drink she's making you drink, but I see you drinking this drink every day. I would love it if you would continue drinking that. And these are his words. This is an 8-year-old boy, because you are a happier person now. And I was like, what do you mean? I'm always happy. And he's like, no, Mom, you have been kind of yelling at us. You've kind of not wanted to make my breakfast anymore. You just kind of been laying in bed. And it really made me stop in my tracks and think, oh my gosh, I haven't been a present mom. I haven't been maybe a present wife. I wasn't doing all the things. And it just really made me think, oh my gosh, these ketones are making me more energized. I was getting out of bed. I realized this. I was in a happier mood. And so I continued drinking them, lost 55 pounds along the way as well, and just knew that I needed to share this with more people all around the world. And that's how I've been able to continue, sharing one person at a time and build my business internationally around the world for the last 8 years. And so tonight, I just wanted to explain a little bit about Prove It. Prove It's mission is to inspire people to become a better version of themselves. Prove It introduced the very first natural consumer product that elevates blood ketone levels in our body. These are powdered exogenous ketones. You simply mix them with water, you shake it up, and drink it over about 20-30 minutes. And within that time, your body's in a therapeutic state of ketosis. That these are naturally fermented, these are non-synthetic, and they're bioidentical. They come in caffeine, they come in decaf. And the best part, what I love the most, is that you don't have to be on a strict keto diet to get the benefits. And I know I did try the keto diet. It was not something that I could stick with. I probably wasn't even doing the diet correctly. But when I learned more and more about how these could put me in ketosis without all the restriction, I was definitely hooked. And ketones are a clean, efficient energy source that fuels our body, sharpens our brains, and supports our cells. What's really amazing about them is that for some people, this same formula may provide better sleep. For other people, it might just elevate their mood. A lot of people use these for focus and energy. Other people, it's for better skin and gut health. And we're all using the same formula, but again, for different health benefits. And that's why I love and will continue to use them and keep sharing them around the world. So, what I would like to do tonight is introduce some of my friends. I have three people on here that are going to be sharing. I have Emily, Shane, and Lynn. And Emily, if you're here, if you'll come off mute and please share a little bit about how you found the ketones, how you were feeling before, how you're feeling now, and what made you join our community.
Absolutely. Thank you, Norma. Well, hello, everyone. My name is Emily Danton. I was first introduced to ketones when I was 48 hours into a 72-hour fast. I felt led by the Lord as a part, just to reset my body and my life at that time. I was newly sober, but I was still struggling with sugar and energy drink addictions. Most days I was crashing by noon and my brain felt really foggy. My very first dose of ketones, it was like the lights switched back on for me. My brain just turned on. I had expected to feel very drained on my third day of fasting, but instead I woke up feeling energized, alert. I was ready to tackle the day. I didn't even hit my snooze button. I didn't drag out of bed that day. Um, it was such a dramatic shift that I immediately contacted my friend that shared it with me. I told her I needed to know everything. Um, Absolutely, I needed to know everything. That was really the turning point. I realized that ketones weren't just helping me, my body, they were giving my brain exactly what it needed. It was the support I needed to fight through old addictions and like truly heal fully. Now, 1 month, just 1 month into drinking ketones daily, I can honestly say I feel the best I've ever felt at 40 years old. And this journey, it has aligned perfectly with my Christian faith, my current online business that I have, and my mission to help people move from just surviving to thriving. So I love Prove It. I knew from the very beginning that this product was meant for me and I needed to share it with as many people as possible. That's why I became a promoter. I believe in ketones and I believe in Prove It with my whole heart. Thank you so much for giving me the chance to share a little bit of my story. Um, I look forward to definitely getting to know more of you, to grow with you, and share more in the future. Thank you,
That's
Norma.
Yeah, you're welcome, Emily. Thank you so much. I can hear that your voice, how much passionate you are showing, not only using the ketones, but doing this business with us. And when you have your first sip of ketones, when it lights up your brain, it's like, how have I not heard about these, or how have I not used these before? Because your thinking, your focus, everything just falls in place, and just it just makes you super happy. So I appreciate you. We are in business for ourselves, but never by ourselves. We have a system, a support, and daily guidance to help everyone succeed. And I know Emily's going to continue doing amazing things. So let me ask you guys, how many of you are full-time? If you'll just comment in the chat, just comment me if you're a full-time, if you have a full-time job, because one of the questions I get a lot is, how do you build a business if you already have a full-time job? So I invited Shane, if you can come off mute. He works a full-time job, also building his Prove It business. And I would love, Shane, if you'd be able to share with everybody your experience with finding ketones, how you've been feeling, and how you're growing a business with a full-time job.
Yeah, I can do that. Can you hear me okay?
Absolutely.
Oh, great. How do I follow Emily? That was fantastic. I got into keys. I'm a former professional baseball player. And one of the advantages of that was until I was 30 years old, it was my job to be in the best shape possible physically. And I was in great shape. So I knew what it felt like to feel really, really good. And as life went by, I got married, had three kids, and life progresses. And I found myself in my mid 40s feeling really, really, really bad. And I'm 56 now, and my challenge was it wasn't a weight issue for me, but it was just a mentally. I was after 2 o'clock, I just went off a cliff, and this had been going on for years. And I didn't really know what to do because there was not anything left to delete from my life. I had a pretty clean lifestyle. I didn't smoke, didn't drink much. I didn't eat processed food at all. I was active, but after 2 o'clock in the afternoon, my brain it was just not functioning. And I was home, but I was present, but not engaged in my family. And watched a couple of old baseball players, friend of mine's, that were taking ketones and were drinking ketones, losing weight. JJ Munoz, getting in shape, and I didn't need to lose weight, so I didn't really pay much attention to it. But I was watching what they're doing because I always applaud a success story. I mean, I love those things. And somebody called ketones brain fuel. And when they did, my radar pinged. I was like, brain fuel? That's what I'm lacking. So I got a few samples bought a few samples, tried them, and I noticed I felt pretty good. So I called Jeji up to look. I want 60 ketones. I'm gonna take 2 a day for a month. He said, you don't need a month, brother. You just need a few days. I said, well, that's what I'm doing because I was stubborn. You couldn't talk me out of it. So I bought my 60 pack, and the third day I knew I was onto something. The seventh day I realized that my whole mood was better, and I was actually happy. Man, that may sound hard to believe, but I'm actually happy, and I'm a positive, energetic, optimistic to a fault guy, the spark plug, and I hadn't been for a long time. And on the 10th day, I'm at the bar of my house, and my wife says, "I don't know what you've been drinking the last few days, but you sure are different." I said, "Well, how's that?" She said, "Well, you're acting like the guy I used to date 25 years ago. Even the kids have noticed," and that really meant a lot to me there. Called JJ back up, and I thought, "Look, dude, you told me that I could get these things for less. You said I could earn free product. You said I can make a little money. You said I can make a lot of money." I said, "Tell me about all those things." He said, "Well, I can, but I want somebody else to talk to you about that." So he put me in touch with James Rice and Lynn Knowles, my two wonderful mentors. They explained it, and here I am, 5 months. Yesterday was my fifth month, and in that time span, I've had a chance to the product check the box for me really quick. I had a chance to fly to LA a couple of months in and meet a lot of the higher up people. I go to Dallas a little bit after that and meet the whole company at the Herbalife event. The product checked my boxes, the people checked my boxes, and as I've got to understand the company, what it's about, and where they're going, the company checked my boxes. And I jumped in with both feet, and I'm like, I want to do this. I'm not going to stop taking ketones. So how do I pay for them? How do I tell everybody? And 5 months later, I'm really excited about it. I am a full-time realtor. You can call it a side hustle. It's a hustle. I'm working it, but I'm making great progress. And if it's like anything in life, if you put your effort into it, and you can make it happen, but you can do it with a full-time job. And I mean, most everybody I know, they've got a career. I mean, some of my customers are a veterinarian, um, a home builder, full-time grandmother. I mean, just the list is wide. So
Yes.
I can't say enough about it, but it's just a wonderful product. And my opinion is they're for everybody. Anybody over 40, as we start getting a little older and kind of declining, should try ketones. And they work for everybody, and they literally have given my life back. That sounds pretty dramatic, but my wife's upstairs. I could go get her. She can tell you he's back to his whole self. So that's
All
that's
right.
my story in a nutshell.
Thank you, Shane. I appreciate you. You're definitely excited about them. And I've heard a lot about your story. And they do. They just make you extremely happy. They give you that energy. It's that brain fuel for sure. Your brain truly wants the ketones over the
Yeah.
glucose. So
And they
thank you.
don't set you on fire. They just make you feel normal.
Yeah.
You
How
just
you're
keep on.
optimizing your
You just
body.
keep trucking. It's really good. It's really good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well,
And now I have Lynn, if she can come off mute. She's one of my closest friends and also my mentor in this business. She's a powerhouse businesswoman. She's building her Prove It business all around the world. Lynn, I would love it if you could start sharing, if you wouldn't mind sharing your story about ketones and a little bit about why in this stage of life you feel that this is just an exciting business.
Hi, Norma. Hello, everyone. Good evening, Prove It family. I'm just sitting here like with goosebumps all over me because I just realized how much impact we can have in the world because I said yes. And y'all, listen, if you say yes, and you go impact people, there's going to be a lot of other people come behind. And it's because you said yes at the beginning. Just like me meeting Norma and working with her has been incredible. But I'm Lynn Knowles. If you don't know me, and if I haven't met you, I hope I get to someday. I live in a small town in Pinellas County, Florida. It's like the Tampa Bay area. And 7 years ago, a little over 7 years ago, a friend of mine was drinking ketones and I didn't know about it, but she handed me a pack and said, "This is going to help you feel better." I was 55 at the time. And little did she know how true that was because it completely changed my energy level and completely wiped away brain fog for me in 3 days. And on the third day, like you're hearing stories tonight, Norma, on the third day, I knew this was not just what they said it was more than I hoped for. And so I went on this mission within my own head of, is this something that I want to do? I was in retirement, and I was feeling so well that I knew other people needed this and they needed it as much as I did. So I wanted to tell the world about it. And I literally, like, you couldn't keep my mouth shut. And, over this last 7 years, it has been an incredible opportunity to not just change my own life and help change my family's life, Norma, and everyone here, but as you've just seen, these two people are here tonight and sharing their stories, like I said, because I said yes. So when you say yes to drinking ketones, you're saying yes to a better you and a better opportunity for your health and your longevity and living longer and better. You're saying yes to that. But when you tell other people, you're actually giving them the opportunity to do that and more because they can go tell more people. So over the years, Norma, building this business has been something that I've worked hard at. I've earned everything that I have right now because I did decide that this could be an opportunity for me to change the future of my husband and I, where we were going in life, and looking at retirement for him. Things are tough out there right now for everyone.
Oh, for
And
sure.
a good friend of mine, Dustin, says all the time, people don't lay in bed at night really worrying about their health right now. They're more worried about their future and their finances and how are they going to get through. So for me to be able to say that I can change my life and my future, and to be able to say that to other people, that you can actually change the trajectory of your health and your wealth by saying yes to some of this and get in where you fit in. I'm just really proud right now. I'm super proud to say I'm still here. I'm still going to go. I'm going to do everything and more than I ever thought that I would do in the second half of my life. And it is the best half of my life, and we can all have that, no matter what your age it is. I heard Shane say, if you're over 40, heck, if you're 14, if you're 18, if you're 22, I wish I would have had this then. So it's for everyone. And thank you so much for letting me share tonight. I hope I covered what, will impact some other people here tonight.
Yeah, yeah, no, definitely. That's the exciting part of not only drinking the ketones, that's starting your journey, but sharing it, how you feel with your friends, your family, the ripple effect of what we do. Whether you're just a customer drinking ketones, you would feel this, and then you just automatically share. If you are somebody that shares your Starbucks coffee on social media, if you share where you're going to dinner, if you share a movie, this is something that you can do, and we show you how to do this. We have systems in place, we have coaching, training, mentors. So this is definitely something that you can do, whatever stage of life, whether you have a full-time job, part-time job, maybe you're a stay-at-home mom, maybe a teacher. We can show you with the pockets of time that you have during your day, how to actually build this business. Again, I'll mention that we are in business for ourselves, but never by ourselves. So I appreciate you, Lynn, and Shane and Emily for sharing your stories. But before we close tonight, if you can grab a pen and paper, I just want to let you know a few things that are going on this weekend. First, who wouldn't love to earn or learn more about free ketones? We do have a customer and promoter 3 for free program where you can share your ketones with other, and you can earn product each month without a cost. That's one of the ways I've been able to enjoy drinking my ketones. My family's drinking ketones consistently, and it's a big win for both our customers and our promoters. The second thing I just wanted to let everyone know that this weekend is Labor Day weekend here in the United States. So we're going to be having a sale, and it's also Prove It's 10th anniversary on Monday. So check out, please go back to the person that invited you to this call, sorry, and find out about what's going on this weekend. You'll be pleasantly surprised with some new flavors, some extra special discounts. It's going to be an exciting weekend. And 3, if you are thinking about joining this community, we have a new era special going on. Normally it's $49 membership fee to start and launch your business. However, this weekend, if you decide to come on board and you want to get one of our promoter packs, we have $1 membership fee this weekend. We also have a special on our mega pack where normally you would get 12 boxes. This weekend, you're going to have 14 boxes in the mega pack. So super exciting time for that offer as well. And then if you can mark on your calendars, guys, September 6th. Now, this is really, really important. I want you to mark this down, September 6th, 11 Eastern Standard Time. This is where you can come to one of our virtual events. It's going to be online. It is going to be free. However, you do need to register. So it's very important that you get back to the person that invited you to this call to get the link to register. This is where you can find out a lot more information. It's called Optimize You, the rise of ketones. This is where you're going to hear from experts, hear more about the latest research, and really understand why ketones work the way they do for your brain, your heart, your muscles, your sleep, and so much more. And if you're a nerdy person, I am a nerdy person. I like to know a lot about the science and what's going in my body. So I will definitely be on those calls. It'll be really worth your time watching it. All right. So I appreciate you all being here this evening and taking the time out. I was very happy to be your host this evening. Thank you again for joining us. Please get back to the person that invited you to this call, get all your questions answered, and hope to see you in our community, whether it's drinking ketones or being a part of our business community. All right, great. Everybody have a wonderful evening. Stay safe. And if you're enjoying, if you live in the United States, have a great, safe Labor Day weekend. Bye.